Here we are at First United Methodist Church, and we find that the 666th chapter from the back in the King James Version is Psalm 46. So let's find Psalm 46 and share some comment as we go along. Lamnatcha Lamnikirch Almuchir. For the lesser of the sons of the Kreich, of the Quraysh on Almot, so this is one of the Psalms about the Hagarites, isn't it? Alhinanumachsawazazra batsrudnam thamad. Divinity is our refuge, our stronghold, and our help. So the nativity scene, remember all those prophets in the Old Testament that say there's no God before, no God after. And even when we talk about Melchizedek, we talk about Melchizedek in terms that, like, he's beyond being born. So, would you rather worship something that's never been bound to matter, or Al-Kanani Rabahmirarts Wamusrim. Upon this, don't fear, though the earth rumbles, though mountains overturn into the sea. You see, Led Zeppelin and stuff, they were using age-old types of formula. Yahmu Yachmru Mim Yurashu Hurim Bangautu Slah. Oh, Salah is like this word for ritual prayer. You face a particular direction and you recite hymns and such things. But anyways, its waters rage and foam, and its surge, mountains shake. Ritual prayer. So these people who make up their own prayer, that's fine as an extra thing, but don't think that that's what's being asked. So, Naharpulgu Yashmachu Ayr Alhin Kadush Mashkani Aliyun. There is a river with streams that goes in Divinity City, a holy place where there goes out the Most High. So remember, this is a Quraysh hymn. So we're talking about a holy city among the Arabs. Why did Moses and his people face south? Might as well circle around. Alhim Bakrababal Tamuth Yazra Alhim Lapu Lapnu Bakar. God is in its midst. It will not be toppled. By daybreak, God will go. We to its all. Wait, what? Okay. Let me turn. So an important time for ritual prayer is according here is before the sunrise. Now I don't know if it was ever required to pray entirely till the sun rises, but that is definitely something that was done. Hamuguimathu mamlakut natan bakuru tamug arit. The rows of those who turn their backs topple. Was courage at the sound was thunder. There is dissolution of the land. Yahweh Tazbaut Amnu Mashgam Lanu Al Hiyakam Slaw. And there we have again the word for ritual prayer. But God is a noun and a verb of host, the people's deity of Jacob, as we do vibrational rituals for. And remember that word Amnu, which is an Amnual, which does not mean God is with us. Anything ending in al or ya is, as one may know, a word that means we have, the speaker to and for the people, is what Amanual means. But we also, I'm jumbling my words, sorry with that. But anything with al or ya at the end, el, ia, those sort of words means belonging to God. So we're not talking about a God here. Laku hazuma palut asher shem Yahweh shambut barts. Come see what increaseth my existence did with his fame that is named in earth. And every wonder of earth is obviously something that would be named in terms of, something connected to God's power. Mashbid mulchambudan katza hearts kasht lashbur tanim manglud yashrut bash. He puts a stop to wars throughout the earth, breaking boughs, snapping spears, consigning ways onto the flames. So certain efforts are put to waste. Hupu wadauki yanki alhimarum banguimarum barts. Desist. Realize I am God. I'm divinity. I dominate those who turn their backs. Dominion is the earth. And Goyim is not something that people are born into, that's something that people choose. Remember Jeremiah 10, 1 through 5, about not being like the Goyim and cutting a tree out of the forest and decorating it and putting lights on it, that sort of thing. Isaiah has a couple verses that are like that too. Yahweh does bout Amnu Al-Hiyakamashkamlandusla. Again, the importance of ritual prayer. God is a noun and a verb of host. The folks dwelling. The God of Jacob is our Savior from, uses the prescribed forms of vibration. So, God saves us as far as we do our own work, filling up the balance, and so let's see what the rest of this church has to show us. And go back a little bit. Nowadays, the Salah is 5 times. Dawn to sunrise, early afternoon to late afternoon to sunset, sunset to dusk, and then, before dawn. But remember the verses that say stuff about how there is no other Lord, no other Savior, that the Baal issue is, someone didn't give me permission to film them, so, because this is, tomorrow is Mithra's Day. For over 5,000 years in Asia and Europe and parts of Europe for over 5,000 years, probably further back in Asia, we have this idea of a little bit into Yule, or just Yule in general, the start of the brightening on the northern hemisphere, is that celebration. So that's why that was chosen. The Bible has its own calendar, 4 sacred months, the 1st, the 7th, the 11th, the 12th. 1 month of observance, the 9th month. So good biblical Christians are all fasting today. I think even the old and the young have to fast. No excuses. Apparently that's a good way for them all to die. Well, not a good way, but that's sort of how it would happen. But so there really is no Christmas. People just observe it. And that's the 666th chapter from the back in the King James Version. And one of the important things that we need to realize is that the order has changed for the Christian version of the Bible. It used to be 24 Old Testament books. Now there's not 24. Some of those have changed in order. Some of the verses continue to change. We never know what's going to change. But some of these old established churches are pretty consistent with what they have, that they're not going to change as much as the mega churches that pop up every once in a while.